for those tuning in, we're joined today by FirmPilot, who is the first AI marketing platform for law firms. It intelligently suggests marketing tactics and generates high quality content 10 times faster, helping firms get more cases on autopilot. Backed by the LegalTech Fund, FirmPilot is helping law firms modernize business development with AI-driven strategies that cut through the noise and deliver results. In this conversation today, we'll unpack how FirmPilot is scaling, what's resonating with law firms today, what challenges still remain, and where the future of AI-powered marketing in legal is heading. So let's dive in. I'm joined by Jake, CEO and founder of FirmPilot. Jake, want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Tanner. Jake, CEO, founder of FirmPilot. Really excited to be here. It's been awesome working with the LegalTech Fund. Known Zach for a little while now. I'm excited to work with yourself and the whole team. And yeah, we've been out and about running FirmPilot for about 3 years now. Started as a project to help a family member, and we just had a big light bulb moment. Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's dive in and learn a little bit more. First off, what product feature is getting the strongest pull from the market right now, and how are you maybe measuring that demand?
Yeah. The core is obviously SEO. I mean, we touch everything. SEO, in terms of on-page SEO, content, PR and backlinks, social media. We manage ads really, really well with a really, really cutting edge ad management model that we built. And we're constantly building new agents, but the core is SEO because it's such a foundation for everything else, especially with all the buzz and the rise with GEO, AIOs, trying to get ranked in channels such as ChatGPT. So it still remains the core of that is SEO, and it affects everything else. So that is definitely the pillar, the core pillar.
Awesome. I mean, how are law firms adopting their product? What does that maybe first month, 2 or 3 look like? And what usage metrics are you guys really looking at during that first initial kind of launch phase?
Yeah, it starts with baby steps because it is a complete paradigm shift. For 15 plus years, it was law firm marketing agencies. That was your only choice. Whether you loved it or hated it, that was it. There wasn't a turnkey software solution. And what we were able to do is encapsulate the entire high-end marketing, let's call it, process in a box. And building this suite of agents, not only can we automate that entire process, but we can feed it so much data. So we remove all the guesswork and assumptions and best practices that are traditional marketing foundations to data-led. So there is a bit of a getting used to period with clients of what do you mean I'm going to be using a platform, a tool? And you still get that human touch. We still give you an account manager. If anything, they have more time for you in your firm because they're not scrambling just to deliver your deliverables every month because it's automated. But their job really is to look at the data. So beyond just saying, hey, here is a piece of software that's going to run the entire marketing department for your firm, here's all this data that shows you what's working, what hasn't worked in your past, what your competitors are doing, almost an X-ray of the other firms in your area's entire marketing performance, strategy, and stack. So when we show that to clients, eyes really light up. And because it's just so different, it does take some getting used to. But typically within 3, 4, or 5 weeks, clients have said, it feels like I've been using this for months at that point. So there isn't a huge learning curve in the shift. It's just something so different and novel that it takes some getting used to. It's a brand new flavor.
I love it. Maybe as we touch on AI and data-driven strategies in performance marketing, what AI-driven suggestions are resonating the most with law firms presently, and how are you measuring the performance of those suggestions?
Yeah, so I'll talk about it at a high level and then give some specific examples. So, Tanner, I know we didn't touch upon it, but just real quick, the way we started was my brother had worked with some marketing agencies, and there are some fantastic ones out there. Fortunately, he didn't get so lucky. spent a lot of money, beautiful website, social media, but no calls. So he asked me for help. My background's been in AI for 15 plus years now, had another AI company, small exit there. So he asked me for help, use data. The point there was it was suggesting what to do, not based on a best practice that can be templated and applied to every law firm. It was specifically for the keywords we were trying to rank for, the ads that we were trying to get clicks and conversions for. So my point is the suggestions our clients could get could be totally different, even combative with each other, but it's because you have different goals. Now, some specific examples may be, hey, let's go after this long tail keyword, such as, do I need a lawyer for if I was hit by a UPS driver? Something very, very specific. And then for another client, we may say, hey, you're in prime position in this circle geofence, just go after car accident lawyer. So those suggestions could be totally different. The point is we have the data to back it up. It's not just someone's gut feeling. So it could be recommended keywords to bid on in ads, content topics that we should blog about, social media posts we should be posting that engage in your local audience that we see in data. So those are the type of things that we suggest. And just to reemphasize, it could be totally different client by client because we're using data specific to win for your firm, not one size fits all.
I'd love to maybe double click on like a specific client example or two where, maybe it is the geofence targeting or some other suggestion where the law firm was able to turn marketing from, a cost center to even like measurable client growth or new business wins.
Yeah. So we have a client based in Mississippi, fantastic firm, had been doing marketing for years, blogs, backlinks, Google business profile optimization. And when they wanted to scale, they thought the answer would just increase the budget, just more content, more backlinks. But it was just more of the same. The problem was they were building authority of their site and they're ranking higher and higher, but for the exact same keywords. So they were getting slightly more clicks, but staying in the same exact lanes, meaning their ROI per dollar they fed into marketing was diminishing significantly and so fast. So the data showed us there's all these untapped areas that we should go after and long tail searches or niche areas such as hotel injuries, nursing home injuries that were cracks that within PI that they just weren't thinking about. And that's what the data revealed. And not just did it reveal it, it showed us exactly how to connect the dots and get them on the first page of Google, ranking in ChatGPT, and we were able to execute it flawlessly. And we saw an 8 to 9x increase in their inbound leads in less than a year just by following those dots.
It's incredible. Maybe, on that point, when you look at like what KPIs matter most to firms, is it, lead volume increasing? Is it optimization of return on ad spend? Like, what are the most important KPIs your customers are looking for?
It's the only thing that matters. We have a little bit of PTSD from it. My brother would get these reports all the time from his marketing companies of look how many keywords you rank for and domain authority. Do we look at those things? Absolutely. But they are leading indicators that we're headed in the right direction, not something to celebrate. What we celebrate are cases side. And it's not just because that's a huge win, but I can't say the word enough. Data. We're going to take that conversion, feed it back into your marketing engine and go after lookalikes, more clients that look like that IP address of that person that found you online or ChatGPT or Google Ads or MapPack, whatever it is, and decide to call you. Let's go get more of those. And that's what we can do with that data.
So using that data on like external leads and finding lookalikes and more similar prospects, how do you use that data internally to maybe augment or refine your own content generation or marketing automation features?
If you know how to unpack it and what to look at, i.e., demographic data, sex, household income, what area they were, what time of day they clicked, what did they click, you can do so much of that. You know what content, what marketing channels to feed more gas.
I love it.
rather than just a spray and pray approach, which is like the typical traditional marketing of just doing a little bit of everything. We believe in having all your channels buzzing, but if we see one is hitting home runs while everything else is hitting singles and doubles, well, why wouldn't you, pitch more there?
And maybe on that point of like, going from singles to doubles to maybe home runs, like what patterns are you seeing as firms deepen their use of FirmPilot? Are they generating more practice area specific content? Are they experimenting with those new channels or, atypical channels? Or are they scaling campaigns kind of firm wide?
That's the bittersweet part of there are definitely patterns. But again, it's so case by client, because what's working for one client might not be working for another. And that's where we think there's a huge gap in traditional marketing of traditional marketers see something works and they just are trying to apply it to every client. Some clients we see, speaking 1 out of 100 things, we see a broad keyword strategy with tons of negative keywords crushing it for PPC. That doesn't mean it's going to automatically work for everybody.
Got it. And maybe zooming out, we've been talking client specific. Maybe, if you think about the next 6, 12, 18 months, what are some next big capabilities you're building into FirmPilot and the platform that you believe will change how law firms grow their business?
Yeah. So there's 2 ways. One is obviously we're never finished building our product. We are obsessed with making it better and better, obsessed with talking to our clients, no matter, what they have to say, good or positive. We want every single utterance of feedback so we can think about how to improve the ROI a client will receive from FirmPilot. So there's going to be massive improvements in 2026 to all of our already high performing agents across blog, backlinks, Google Business Profile, PPC, LSA, etc. But we're also working on some brand new agents that touch other channels. Start to think about radio, OTT streaming ads, billboards, all done in a single click in FirmPilot. It's going to be really, really cool, faster, lower cost to our clients, and higher performance because we're aggregating all that data together. Where again, you're not going to be guessing how to spend your radio or billboard budget. It's all synthesized with your local SEO data, your PPC data. So we're excited for a lot of that.
Incredible. We're immensely excited for 2026 and beyond for FirmPilot. But Jake, thank you so much for taking some time to chat today and look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Of course. Thank you, Tanner.